It was close. Really close. Maybe just an inch. But here now, close wasn't going to do it. Close wasn't close enough. The 2017 Embry-Riddle women's golf team had a record-setting season. We came in with 4 team wins in our first 8 tournaments of the year, including a huge 90-stroke victory at the Calpac Conference Tournament, which earned us an automatic bid into the national championship in West Palm Beach, Florida. We started the season ranked 17th in the nation, but because of all our success throughout the year, we moved up 13 spots and headed to Florida as the NAIA's 4th-ranked team. We were more determined than ever to take the first team national championship in school history. The next month felt like it took a year and a half, but at the same time only a few hours. It was a roller coaster of managing final projects, exams, and a lot of practice. But on May 19th, we finally got on the plane and arrived in West Palm Beach 3 days prior to the start of the tournament. Then it was the first day. All 5 of us were beyond excited to finally get started. There was so much adrenaline pumping through us that had built up over the months since we had earned our spot in the tournament. We were just itching to get off that first tee and start competing. Although we came in as underdogs, having never placed higher than 17th as a team in previous years, we didn't feel there were any opinions or obstacles that were going to get in our way. Although the conditions were great to start the day, it wouldn't stay that way for very long. The sudden change in conditions had everyone struggling to gain footing while swinging, causing a lot of sliding around. Our team finished the first day with a higher score than we would have preferred, but the rest of the field would follow suit with high scores all around. Our confidence level was rising with every minute that passed. The second and third day would turn out to be almost exactly the same as the first. Conditions in the morning were beautiful, but always followed by hours of thunder and lightning. Much like the weather, our confidence level was constantly fluctuating. A typical decent score was a great score, and a bad score wasn't as devastating as it should have been. Some of my teammates came off the course angered with themselves because of what they thought was poor play, only to find ourselves in a very respectable 3rd place after the second round. With only an 8-stroke gap with 36 holes to play, we found ourselves at the peak of our morale. Jess, our lone freshman, was putting together the tournament of her life. She finished the second round at even par to put herself in a tie for the lead. It was during lunch on Thursday, no more than an hour after being at the top of our game, that we hit what felt like rock bottom. It was when we got the call saying that because of the incredible amounts of thunder and lightning, there wouldn't be a 3rd round, and that play the next day would decide who would be the 2017 national champions. For us, it was devastating. We suddenly had half the time, just 1 round, to make a comeback on the leaders. Just like that, with 1 4-minute phone call, our hopes to win grew slim. An 8-stroke comeback would be nothing short of incredible. It was a day that we looked forward to for months, and a day that I won't forget for years. As the current 3rd-place team, we would go out in the last wave of groups. It allowed us to sleep in and get some much-needed extra rest. While there were still jokes and laughs going around during warm-up, it was easy to tell that we were all a little nervous and that the tone was much more serious. Tensions were high throughout each group as every team knew they had a shot at a national championship. The main goal of the day was going to be to keep our cool and play our game. The round started out great for us. We took an 8-stroke deficit and cut it to 4 strokes in just 9 holes. We were right on pace to catch Oklahoma City. It really was a dream start. We were doing everything we could to keep pace, but as the end of the round drew near, it became clear that it just wasn't going to happen. A few missed putts and a couple big mistakes coming down the stretch put us out of the running just like that. We all got to the 18th hole and everything was close. With a crowd of 40 people standing around the green, everyone on our team made big putts. At this point, it was such a close match for second that nobody really knew who was leading it. While all the team competition was going on, Jess was still competing for the individual title. She started the final round tied with 2 other girls for first, but it was a girl from Indiana Tech, Courtney Dye, leading the tournament by 1 stroke. Now it was Jess's turn to finish up. She was sitting at 1 over par and needed a birdie on the last hole to force a playoff with Guy. From the middle of the fairway, she put a wedge to about 7 feet and gave herself an excellent chance to tie the matchup. Jess had more confidence than ever, and there was no doubt in our minds that she would make it. When it was her turn, she made her read, stepped up, and hit a really good putt.
This year's runner-up from Embry-Riddle, Jessica Williams.
It missed. It was close. Another inch and we would have been heading to a 73rd hole, but close wasn't going to get it done. She finished the day 1 over, 73, and came in second in the tournament out of 150 players. It was one of her best finishes on the biggest stage. As for the team, we managed to edge out USCB for second place by 1 stroke. Even though we didn't win, it wasn't anything to hang our heads on. The last day, our team still gained a stroke on the leaders and put together our lowest round of the tournament. It still was a historic season, and we have returned 4 of 5 starters for the next season, with 3 players eager and ready to replace Lauren. Things were still looking up.